You know that feeling when you're cleaning out an old drawer and you find a piece of your childhood just staring back at you? For literally millions of us, that little relic is a Nintendo Game Boy. But what happens after that first wave of nostalgia hits? Well, get this, that little gray brick isn't just gathering dust. For a super dedicated community around the world, it's actually at the heart of an incredible cultural comeback.
It almost always starts with a moment just like this. A Reddit user stumbles upon their old Game Boy, a whole stash of Pokemon games, and what's the first thing they think of? Not cash, not how much they could sell it for. It's about passing that feeling, that joy, on to someone else. And that one simple thought, that's the seed for this whole amazing story.
So yeah, that really gets to the heart of it, right? When you're literally holding a piece of your past in your hands, what do you do with it? Do you just sell it off, shove it back in the drawer, or could it become something more?
To really get what the Game Boy is now, we've got to take a step back and remember what it was. For like a decade and a half, Nintendo didn't just rule the handheld market, they were the handheld market, period.
It all kicked off with the legendary DMG, the OG dot matrix game, back in 1989. From there, it was just one hit after another. The huge jump to color, the powerful leap forward with the Advance, and of course, that iconic foldable SP. Each one wasn't just a console, it was the thing that defined what gaming on the go meant for an entire generation.
And let's be real, the hardware is only half the story, right? It's all about the games. And wow, what games. I mean, think about it. The pure, addictive perfection of Tetris, the adventure that took over the world in Pokemon Red and Blue, or the weird, wonderful, and totally beautiful masterpiece that was Link's Awakening. These weren't just games, they were the cultural bedrock for millions of us.
But you know how it goes. Tech moves fast. Those original screens, so dim. You basically needed a spotlight pointed right at them to see anything, and the constant need for AA batteries was just endless. So eventually, these amazing devices got retired to attics and closets, replaced by whatever the next big thing was.
And honestly, that should have been the end of the story, a fond memory. But it wasn't. Because a passionate, super creative, and unbelievably dedicated community decided these old consoles weren't done. Not by a long shot. They were just waiting for an upgrade.
Okay, this is where the magic really begins. Just look at this. On the left, you've got the original Game Boy Advance SP screen. It was cool for its time, but still kind of washed out and front-lit. Now compare that to the modded one on the right with a modern, backlit IPS screen. The difference? It's night and day. It's not just an improvement, it's a complete resurrection. It makes a 20-year-old game look brand new.
And the screen is just the tip of the iceberg. The toolkit for a modern Game Boy modder is insane. You can ditch the AAs for a USB-C rechargeable battery. You can get new custom shells in literally any color or design you can dream up. You can put in better speakers, even add LED lights to the buttons. It's all about taking the soul of this classic console and giving it a slick, modern body.
And for a lot of people, what starts as just one little project, well, it totally snowballs into a real passion. I mean, take this Reddit user, Burger Boy Royce. He wasn't some expert modder, but he had this amazing idea for a really, really unique gift.
So get this, he decided to build 7 completely custom, fully modded Game Boy Advances, one for each of his groomsmen. This wasn't just some off-the-shelf gift. Each and every console was its own personal project, designed specifically for the friend who was going to get it.
He said it himself. It kicked off with one idea for a buddy who loved Dragon Ball Z, and from there, it just took off. He actually worked with a designer to create custom art for every single shell, turning each console into this one-of-a-kind piece that celebrated their friendship.
And yeah, as you can imagine, they were a massive hit, because it wasn't just about giving away a cool gadget. It was about giving something that was thoughtful and deeply personal. And that instinct, to create something unique for someone else, well, that turns out to be right at the very heart of this entire community. And that whole idea, that drive to create something special and then share it, that isn't just a one-off thing for a wedding. Nope. It's the DNA of the entire Game Boy modding scene. It has created this amazing culture built almost entirely around gifting.
You want to see the ultimate example of this? Look no further than the annual r/Game Boy Holiday Exchange. It's basically a giant global secret Santa where people from all over get paired up to send each other gifts. And we're not talking about a pair of socks here.
You can just feel the excitement in this comment from one participant. There's this unique kind of fun in hunting down the perfect gift for a total stranger who loves the same stuff you do, And at the same time, you're on the edge of your seat waiting to see what amazing creation shows up at your door.
And when we say artistry, we mean it. The stuff people make is just wow. Like one year, someone received this completely custom-painted Game Boy Color with Link from The Legend of Zelda on it. And the craziest part? It had this incredible 3D effect that was painted on the inside of the clear shell.
The reaction from the person who got it? I mean, it says everything you need to know. This is so much more than just swapping some stuff. It's an exchange of hours of work, of creativity, of pure passion. The gift itself is like a badge of honor that says you're part of this amazing community.
And what's even cooler is that sometimes this whole online community thing, it actually breaks through into the real world. Some people, who happen to live near their Secret Santa partners, will actually plan to meet up and exchange their gifts in person.
And you can actually see both sides of one of these meetups posted online. How cool is that? What started as just a simple gift exchange online turned into two people grabbing coffee, talking about Game Boys, talking about life, and making plans to hang out again. It's the perfect example of a shared hobby sparking a real-life friendship.
So when you take a step back and look at the whole picture, the crazy mods, the incredible gifts, the community, it's pretty clear this is about way, way more than just playing old video games.
I think this piece of advice, given to someone who didn't know what to do with their old collection, just perfectly nails the whole spirit of this community. It's not about making a quick buck. It's about being a caretaker of that joy and waiting to find the right person to pass it on to.
So, in the end, the Game Boy has completely transformed. It's no longer just a mass-produced piece of plastic. For this community, it's become something so much more. It's a shared heirloom, a canvas for incredible art, and a genuine token of friendship and human connection.
And it really leaves us with one last question to chew on. We usually think of tech as disposable, right? Something that's always being replaced. But the story of the Game Boy's second life, it suggests something totally different. It really makes you wonder, when does old technology stop being obsolete and start becoming a tradition?